Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for September 12th, 2025. We're still here. Probably going to stay the whole weekend. It's nice out here. I'm just thinking like, oh man, I might have to go into town over the weekend. I don't like to go into town on the weekends because a lot of people are off work. And I don't want to deal with these kind of people around. It was like weird this morning when I woke up, like about this guy's death, the Kirk guy, I mean, I'm not for murder or any of that stuff. Nobody needs to get hurt out here, but I mean, that's what he wanted, it's like, it's kind of like, I was thinking about, it's kind of like, you say that, oh, protect the Second Amendment and all that stuff, right to carry arms, defend ourselves. It's okay if a couple people die here and there to support whatever, it's like, they're making the sacrifice. Well, he made the sacrifice for himself. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he died doing what he wanted, his goal was achieved, he's one of the statistics of, the person who had to die so the Second Amendment can live on, I guess, or whatever, But what really gets me is like people thinking I'm like happy about his death. I'm not happy about anybody's death. I'm not. It's not my choice to be happy about anybody's death. When it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. And people just think that I'm heartless or what. I'm not heartless. This is what God wanted. This is what he wanted. The guy wanted it. So, I mean, he manifested that for himself, and what does suck is that now his wife and child have to live without a father and a husband. But he didn't care about them either, because if he did care about them, then he would look at the big picture. He didn't care even about his child, saying that he would force her to have he has a 12-year-old, and if she got pregnant, he would force her to have a child. Do you know how much trauma that is for a child? First of all, getting raped. Second of all, getting pregnant. Third of all, her body isn't grown enough to even carry a child. She might die. So that right there tells you he doesn't even care about his own child. And all this business about him, release the files, that's just a cover-up, because he is for it. If he would allow that to happen to his daughter, he's all for being a pedo. So, I mean, I don't understand people. They don't want to see the big picture here. But, I'm sad that someone had to get killed. I'm happy that no students over there got hurt, but, I mean, he basically wanted that. You can't be mad for a man going after his goals, and that was his goal. He was just used as an example, and God used him as an example. So you can't be mad about that, And now the shooter, oh, we got the shooter, I mean, look at that. That guy ended up being a Trumper. When you look things up, all these violent crimes and hate crimes and all that stuff come from Trumpers. The Trumpers are the ones who are at fault. You hear about rape and molestation. A lot of them you see is Trumpers, The violent people are the Trumpers, and they're trying to say it's the Democrats. I'm not trying to take sides. I'm not Democrat, but they got to lay the blame on somebody to take it off themselves, and that's what's going on here, That kid who shot him, I mean, you don't come out of the womb with that much hate. You don't. It's taught. That child was groomed and taught to be hateful like that. So, I mean, the parents need to be questioned too now. They raised that boy. They raised him to have so much hate inside him. So, I mean, it's not just that guy's fault. It's his parents' fault too. They need to look into what kind of life this child had, traumatized, you know. And then you hear, oh, the father was a sheriff. Well, there you go. There's part of it. You know, as you all know, I'm dealing with sheriff problems over where I live too, and they're corrupt and they're bullies. So there you have it. That too. You know what I mean? People don't have their heads on straight. I don't know what to say. And no matter how nice I put things, people always keep saying I'm hating. I don't hate anyone. I might dislike somebody, but I don't hate anyone. You know? What can you do, you know? And I'm so against the pedophilia and sexual abuse because as a child, I was molested. As a teenager, I was raped. As an adult, I was raped. So of course I'm going to be against that stuff. Yeah, you know? People acting like they know me and I'm so kind. Well, yeah, I am. I'm kind to the right people who are righteous and do the right things. But I'm not going to glorify anybody who's hateful or who hates or who's for hurting others. No. God doesn't want me to do that. You know? Apparently, too, God wants me here because I shouldn't be here right now. I shouldn't be alive right now. But I was forced to stay alive, you know what I mean? And after so many times of not dying, I realized, wow, God really doesn't want me to die. So that's why I turned my whole life and my whole world to God and the teachings of Jesus. I just studied on my own, though. You know, because if you want to know the truth about stuff, you got to find it yourself. And that's what I did. And I live my life. I try to be like Jesus best I can. But I'm not going to glorify those who are violent, who are hateful, who doesn't care about children or adults or elderly, people who, you know, are racist and all that stuff. Like, no, Jesus didn't want any of that. But people are going to be how they're going to be, you know, what can you do? I don't need people like that in my life. I love living a solitude life. I love it because I don't have to act any kind of way. I don't have to be fake. And I don't need to talk to anybody that I don't want to talk to. And that's how I do. And it's okay with me. And there, you know, people think they know me, and there's only a handful of people that do know me. And the ones who do know me know that I don't fear death. If it happens to me, it happens to me. It means it's my time. And that's it, and that's all. I mean, you cannot cheat death. You know, unless something happens and God keeps you alive, like in my case. And that is the only reason why I changed my life, because God didn't want me dead. God wanted me to stay alive. Maybe because of what's going on right now, to help me to reach out to people, to get them to realize stuff, you know? Because I should not be here. I should not be here. And I'll tell you what, waking up with all kinds of tubes coming out of your body and all this stuff because of, you know, not dying, it's not fun. And it doesn't feel good. And every time I came to, it was like, damn, this sucks. And that's when I realized God does not want me to die. God wants me here. God wants me to speak the truth. And that's it, and that's all. That's all I can do. Anyways, you guys, that's all I have for you guys today. It's a nice day here where we are at the beach, enjoying ourselves. Fresh air, nice weather. There's no one around. I have noticed, though, an unmarked white vehicle was kind of watching me from a distance, and then as it rolled by, yeah, it was unmarked, no license plate, so maybe they're looking for immigrants on the beach, or I don't know what they're looking for, but they were watching me for a while there. And then I saw another black vehicle, looked like a law enforcement vehicle, driving by slowly this morning, making a turnaround, looking to see who I'm at. I'm allowed to be here. There's signs all around that says you can camp here for 14 days. You know, I just got here, so I'm just camping and enjoying myself. But yeah, I catch them watching me, but I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't know what they're watching for. Maybe they're creepies. Maybe they're creepies. You know? Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I'm Mona. This was Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for September 12th, 2025. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.